Hello guys, we are no longer bottom of the table, so we were able to win a few games and gain some points to make Patria in a little better position in the table. So if you are looking now, we are on 18th place. After 27 games, we have only 27 with 28 points, so we were able to bring in 4 more wins, especially at home, but also away, and 1 draw. So before that, Pro Patria was laying on 20th place when we took over, and now we are 2 positions up. Are we able to avoid relegation? Let's see. Peasant to Pope. Before we get into more details, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and if you really like this content, please share it wherever you want on the social media. So as we see here, we are on 18th position. We are quite close to the to avoiding relegation. So all the teams that are from 16th to 19th are going to a playout in Serie C, a playout which will be only one match where the winner will remain in Serie C and the loser will go down to Serie D. So we are really trying to avoid that, because of course relegation will mean that we no longer keep our job, and of course keeping your job is very important in both Football Manager and real life. So let's go forward. We will have 2 matches that are very important. The next 2 matches, one of them is with Serie, the team that we were able to put down to 20th place in Serie A. So if we are going back to the table, we see Serie here, not a very good team. They really lost a lot of their games since we took over end of November. You can see here they only got 4 points in the past 3 months, while us, well, we are much better than that. So we took over end of November. As you already know, we lost our first 2 games against Feral Pisalo and Albino Lefe, and then we lost again against Lecco, who was a team that was fighting also with us to avoid relegation. Now Lecco are a little bit above us in the table, 11th place, even fighting for a place in the playoff. So much better than us in their form since end of November. After this, we managed to beat Renate, and we managed to make ourselves a tactic that will really help us going forward in the season. And after the win against Renate at home, Renate is a team that is really fighting for playoff. Place in the table is 9th, so they are really above us. Then we lost against Virtus Verona away at Verona, and then we had 3 games that we won, which was an amazing feat. Trento Triestina with some bit of luck against Triestina, and then Pergoletese with 2 goals, one from Tommaso Baldanzi after a great assist from one of our incoming players, Mattia Zanotti, and then the second goal, great free kick from Luca Bertoni. After this, we didn't manage to win the next 2 matches with Leganio and Padova. Of course, Padova, one of the teams that are really fighting for promotion. We managed to open the score with Eduardo Tassi, and then we got 3 goals, and we were really without any reply. After this, we managed to get a draw with Giana, another team at the top of the table, 5th place Giana. So a draw was really good. Now, to bring you a little bit more detail before the game with Serenio, I will show you our incomings, because we went through a period of transfer, so a transfer window. So our incomings, we brought in 6 players. First one was Davide Di Cunzio, loan from Pisa, and we managed 3 more loans. Philippe Breit, who is a very young central defender. Eduardo Tassi, one of our strikers, the one that scored in 2 of the matches already. So Eduardo Tassi is in a great form. We made a very decent buy here. He played 5 matches and scored 2 goals, not amazingly from a point of view of average ratings, but he is quite good. After this, we managed to get a loan for Mattia Zanotti from Inter, wing back right and defender right. So as I told you at the beginning of last episode, I think we really don't have any backup, and we really don't have players that can play on the right side in the defense and also in the midfield. Uh, Besides this, we managed to get two players, Giulio Parodi, a defender, central defender, 24 years old. We managed to buy him for 10k from Pro Vercelli. Pro Vercelli are at the top of the league. In our league here, they are second place, but they were first place for a few rounds. So we managed to buy him. He was a really fringe player at Pro Vercelli. And then we have Ivan Merlisala, who is another central defender, but more experienced, that we played few games. He has quite decent marking. We were looking for someone with quite decent marking because we didn't have a central defender that good. Then we sold a couple of players. Lombardoni, who was one of our central defenders, really a starter, but he wanted to leave, so he left for VTSC, which I think are Vitória Guimarães in Portuguese Premier League, but there they listed him for loan, so he's not really one of the starters. I don't even think that he is in the first team anymore, and that's a pity. But anyway, we got 60k up front and up to 86k based on add-ons, and we sold also Davide Ferri, who is a central midfielder, a young one, but we managed to get 80k because we didn't really use him, so probably is not the best transfer out that we did, since now Football Manager is telling us that his transfer value is much higher than the 81k that we got for him, but we couldn't lose him. We couldn't really play him, so we had to lose him. Then Massimiliano Pesenti and Stefano Vaghi are going on loan at one of our affiliates, Grosseto. So going forward, we had these 6 transfers. One of the guys that I didn't tell you about, Davide Di Quinzio, on loan from Pisa. He is playing as a central mid and also attacking midfielder. We will go and play Serenio. Let's see if we can get the 3 points here, because it is very important. But we are playing with 3 strikers. Oh, what a shot! Incredible! Sean Parker! Great shot from our striker from outside the box. Capril there with a very long pass, and then Tassi with a small flick on, and their goalkeeper was really poor in this occasion. Zanotti now. Let's see if he can get a cross in. Great cross, Sean Parker! Oh, hits the bar. So we are able to scrap here a 1-0. So what we can see now, it's a first in terms of my career as a Football Manager. Today's match against Sud Tirol was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at Carlos Peroni. So our pitch in the Busto Arsizio was waterlogged, so we cannot really play. It seems that it's been raining a lot, so the match has been rearranged for 9th of March. So we have some time for the players to recover and not be so tired for the next match. Going for the match with Mantova, we are needed to do a couple of changes in our starting 11, because one of our guys, Boffelli, was mainly starting center back. He was injured, so he is just coming from an injury, so he will be on the bench. We will have Merlisala and Saporetti. Saporetti is not really someone that I like to start a lot. We used to start him when we had Lombardoni also, but I used to start Boffelli because I think he's a more well-rounded center back. Not a lot of highlights, but we are unable to keep the ball. We have only 33% of possession, which kind of worries me. But they don't have so much in terms of XG, so it means that they didn't create so many chances, even though we have 0 shots after the first half, so we will need to improve something. And I think what we need to improve mostly is having more possession. So we will play a shorter passing and shorter, lower tempo, but we will also try to trigger the press a little bit more and go a little bit higher in terms of our attackers. Now, 1 point against Mantova is not bad, but I'm still worried that we aren't able to get not even this point. Let's make a few tactical tweaks just for us to take a bit more precaution. So what we will do, we will bring in Boffelli even though he's coming after an injury, and we will take out Saporetti, who already has a yellow card. The thing is that we have these guys who aren't really playing well, so we will probably need also to bring in Davide Castelli, who is playing a little bit better with Baldanzi. Baldanzi as a shadow striker doesn't do enough, so we will bring him a little bit lower as an advanced playmaker support. Let's see if this tactical gamble will pay off. We did 3 substitutions in one shot. Perone, oh, not so many highlights. I think this was one of the games that was not very good for the neutrals. A 0-0 at Mantova means 1 point, which is not enough, but it's not that bad either. Now Baldanzi, let's see, with Castelli. Oh, our gamble almost paid off, because you see, you bring in Castelli, who has a very good playing relationship with Baldanzi, so probably that makes Baldanzi play also a little bit better. So we will probably get 1 point at Mantova, yeah, which is not bad. This next match we are playing against Pro Sesto, a team, mid-table team. They are on 9th place, but I think they have quite a good squad, and we should be worried, a little bit more worried about them than we were against Mantova. We have 3 suspended players due to too many yellow cards, and we have one guy who we used a lot, is our Loani, Mattia Zanotti, who we brought in from Inter, and he was also able to help us with a couple of assists, so we will really struggle here. We are playing against Pro Sesto away, so we try to put a more offensive team here, because Pro Sesto will be a little bit surprised, we hope. Pierotti and Gioldi are building up. Now Pierotti on the left side, Boffelli with a long ball, Tassi now, Tassi, oh what a chip, but hits the crossbar. Eduardo Tassi was really there to put us 1-0 up, but he wasn't able. The chip was not really very well weighted. Really Pro Sesto play much better than us, but with 15 minutes to go, we need to go for a defensive mentality. We have made a couple of substitutions. We brought in Zanotti for Pierotti, because Pierotti was injured, and we took out Eduardo Tassi, who wasn't really playing well, and we brought in Sean Parker and Gualdi with an amazing free kick here. We couldn't really do anything. It's a great free kick from Gualdi. We are losing this match, but they really deserve to win. We didn't play that well, but it's a bit painful to watch a free kick in the 19th minute. We have one last chance with a free kick here. 95th minute, Bertoni, but it's outside. The ball skimmed the top of the bar. So we managed to scrape a win against Serie, and then we managed a draw with Mantova, and we lost in the last minute against a team of Pro Sesto. I think it was quite entertaining. We still have some games to go until the end of this league, and hopefully we will manage to avoid relegation. See you in the next episode.